All right, this is our championship fight, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Eddie Alvarez, the champ. Nick Thompson getting the opportunity of a lifetime.
I don't like to get hit. I like to hit people. That's how I kind of see the fight going down. And it's going to be like this big, huge punching bag coming at me, you know, like this. Raw.
Eddie Alvarez is a boxer, very explosive. I believe the right strategy against Eddie Alvarez would be to take him down. He's probably not as strong as he is in the feet.
I'm always looking to fight people better than me. I'm becoming increasingly more successful just because I'm willing to lose and I'm willing to learn every time I get in there.
Nick Thompson is a very well-rounded fighter. He's good at standing, ground, and wrestling as well. Look for him to try to make the fight go the distance and win in the last round or by decision.
Definitely his speed and strength are probably his biggest assets. In 5 minutes, it's tough to catch him.
He has ability to take what he knows and apply it in the ring, and that's sometimes hard to find. And the willingness to learn new things, and he has a willingness to work hard.
You know, every fight you learn something new, and so I've got 30-plus fights on him. That means I know 30 different things more than him. And since I have, I would say, an overall better level of skill, I'm going to be able to wait for him to make a mistake and capitalize on that.
You got to respect him as a fighter. The guy can take a shot, you know. But that's only one aspect of fighting. You can't keep coming forward and taking damage. That's not how you win a fight.
If you don't think you're the best, you need to go home. I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I train every day, is to be the best. I surround myself with the best athletes in the world so that I can be #1. That's all I want to do.
Punching is one of my favorite things. I love to punch. I love to punch hard, and I love to punch people. And his shot doesn't look like anything that I should be, you know, worried about.
All I can tell you about the fight is that I'm going to win. And I don't care how. I don't care if it's a knockout. I don't care if it's a submission. But he's going to make a mistake at some point, and I'm going to beat him.
Whether he stops or not, I'm going to win the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nick the GOAT Thompson.
Дамы и господа, встречайте, Nick the GOAT Thompson.
Well, thus far, he is clearly the most formidable opponent that Eddie Alvarez has faced. Nick the GOAT Thompson brings dozens and dozens of fights, in fact 40 fights to this ring tonight, and he has won fights by all aspects of the game. Doesn't claim to be the best at anything, but he is good at a little bit of everything. And I've said this before the fight started, I know Nick Thompson's fought a lot of tough guys, but I think that both of these guys are each other's toughest opponent. Superb submissions. He prefers the ground, but he's clearly willing to stand as well.
I'll tell you, I cannot agree more. Like I said before, he's known to goof around outside the ring. Inside the ring, nothing but serious, very well-rounded, and enormous at welterweight. He's got a size advantage, experience advantage, and who knows, we haven't seen Eddie's ground game. He may have a ground advantage too. The greatest threat to the Bodog World title at welterweight to date.
Well, if Thompson has any advantage at all, it could be in jiu-jitsu. His strength is wrestling and jiu-jitsu.
Immediately and assume the responsibility.
Now entering the ring, the champion, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Alvarez.
Дамы и господа, встречайте чемпиона мира, Eddie Alvarez.
Well, as the old movies go, he's out of the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A family man who is accompanied by his wife and is a young boy who's always entertaining everywhere around. He is their main inspiration to Eddie Alvarez. This guy is a human highlight reel when it comes to knockouts. Alvarez has exceptional knockout power, excellent takedown defense. He is willing to stand at any and all times, has an incredible sprawl and ground game as well.
And I'm curious to see if perhaps that ground game is going to be tested tonight. This is as focused and mature a 22-year-old fighter as I have ever seen. But like I said, we've seen that Nick Thompson is an incredible ground fighter. Eddie has managed to force his opponents to fight the standing fight. He might not be able to do that tonight, and we're going to see what his ground chops are like.
On the tail of the tape, you see that Alvarez is 2 years younger, 4 inches shorter. He's a pound lighter, and he's giving away 3 inches in reach. All right, let's go to Damian Pinto and get this underway. Damian?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome. BodogFIGHT presents the Clash of the Nations, and this is one of our co-main events for the undisputed Bodog Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting to the corner to my right. He is 25 years of age. He stands 6 feet, 1 inches tall, and tipped the scales at 170 fighting pounds. With a professional mixed martial art record of 31 big victories and only 9 defeats, tonight he fights from the red corner, wearing the black trunks and trimmed in blue and red. Introducing from Eagan, Minnesota, Nick the Goat Thompson.
Дамы и господа, BodogFIGHT сейчас его представит вам бой за звание чемпиона мира в полусреднем весе. И я представляю бойца в красном углу ринга справа от меня. Ему 25 лет, его рост 186 сантиметров и вес 77,1 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд 31 победа и 9 поражений. Дамы и господа, встречайте из Игона, Миннесота, Ник the Goat Thompson!
His opponent stands opposite in the corner to my left. 23 years of age and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 169 fighting pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is undefeated as a mixed martial art professional with a record of 9 big wins and no knockouts. He fights from the legendary Fight Factory in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. From the great fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I give to you the Bodog Welterweight Champion, Eddie Alvarez.
Дамы и господа, счастлив представить вам в черном углу ринга слева от меня обладателя чемпионского пояса. Ему 23 года, его рост 180 сантиметров и вес 76,6 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд 9 боев, 9 побед. Дамы и господа, с удовольствием представляю вам чемпион мира из Филадельфии, Пенсильвания, Эдди Alvarez.
You're watching the Bodog Championship fight in the welterweight division.
Bodog Welterweight Championship. And here is your referee with last-minute instructions.
Both fighters, center of the ring.
This is Troy Wall.
Gentlemen, welcome to St. Petersburg, Russia, Bodog style. You both know the rules. We want a good, clean fight. Touch gloves, go back to your corner.
Eddie Alvarez in black.
Seconds down.
Nick the Goat
Seconds
in the
down.
black and blue short trunks. The Colonel Bob Sheridan, Paul Lazenby, Jeff Osborne, and Alex Ponovic, your host. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching it around the world. Troy Wall, the third man in the ring. This should be sensational because Alvarez is all that.
Fighter, are you ready?
Here we go,
Ready?
round number 1. Remember, scheduled for 5. It's championship time here in the welterweight division. The Goat wants to exchange, but Alvarez gets a foot off first.
Look for Thompson to use his superior reach to try to keep Alvarez at bay. You see Thompson catching a straight right to the body, smiling and slapping his belly as if to say, give me more.
Eddie Alvarez, a tough street kid from Philadelphia. He knows something about gym wars up there. A lot of posturing, yeah.
Giving each other a lot of respect here. I think once again, Thompson slapping his belly and then dealing a low kick back.
Thompson showing nice movement, trying to get those kicks off. You get a couple in there. Eddie Alvarez patient. Loads up the right hand, does Thompson. Whistles past the nose of Alvarez. Alvarez right in front of him, but he's got nice movement. Bounces. Inside kick by Nick.
Thompson doing well to stay mobile because Alvarez is commanding center of the ring, hacking a big left hook upstairs, and Thompson doesn't want to get caught with his back to the ropes when Eddie starts to let those fists fly.
Big height and reach advantage for Nick Thompson, but can he take advantage of it? You know, when you fight mixed martial arts, you really can't turn that left shoulder in like boxers do, so it's hard to take advantage of the reach. They have to stay more squared up because a fighter can always shoot and take you down. So you can't just have a normal boxing stance. Wow, with the right hand is the GOAT. By the way, he's missing the whiskers tonight.
I'm seeing some reddening around the left eye and some swelling of Eddie Alvarez. He's obviously caught at least one shot from Thompson, and so far, the striking game looking pretty even here.
Yeah, it's going to be a reach disadvantage for Eddie Alvarez, a noticeable weight advantage for Nick Thompson. Nice jab by Thompson. And the whiskers are gone because his girlfriend wouldn't kiss him anymore, Colonel.
Only you would know that. Round number 1, scheduled for 5, the welterweight championship at stake. Eddie Alvarez in black. In the black and blue short spandex trunks, Nick Thompson.
Oh, Thompson coming off the ropes well with a straight right, then a left hook, straight right combination.
And a nice job boxing here, both guys. Eddie right in front of him takes one to the back of the head. Nice stiff jab by Thompson. Thompson beckons him out, pops the jab in his face.
Thompson easily the more accurate striker here, but if we know one thing about Eddie Alvarez, it's that he only needs one punch to turn the tide of a fight.
Well, he's got to get in there, and as long as Thompson has that jab out there, he won't be able to do it, so sooner or later he may shoot and take him down. Then, of course, Nick may have the advantage in jiu-jitsu. That's why this fight is so interesting, and a big belt at stake.
You saw Alvarez throwing the uppercut there. It's one of his money punches, but against a taller opponent, it's going to lose a lot of its steam. Thompson now working the Muay Thai clinch. The clinch is not a place where Alvarez wants to be against a taller opponent, especially one who knows how to play the Thai game like Nick Thompson.
Nick let him off the hook as they created a little bit of distance. As the low kick to the left side of the leg of Thompson, and it's getting red around that thigh area with just that kick. A lot of power by Eddie Alvarez.
Oh, number 2, that Thompson prides himself on being one of the pastiest fighters in the game, so any strikes are going to show, but I guarantee that Eddie actually is putting some steam on those kicks.
Well, I'm impressed, and there's a high kick, not very effective, blocked on the shoulder and forearms of Alvarez. Alvarez, of course, the favorite coming in here. He clips him with the right hand, backs Thompson off. That's the first shot really landed by Alvarez, though he has the power. He's also got a black eye.
Excellent head movement and counter punching from Thompson, though. He caught one solid shot, moved back, kept his head mobile, and then came back out of that corner striking.
Well, Alvarez is a favorite. You know, George St. Pierre was a favorite last week. He lost his welterweight championship to Matt Serra, who was a huge underdog, so anything can happen in mixed martial arts.
Once again, Thompson going to the clinch. Smart move on his part, and Alvarez doing everything he can to keep from eating any more knees. You see now blood flowing freely from the nose of Thompson.
Right in front of him, setting up again, is Eddie Alvarez. Feints with the left hand, goes with a slight left hand. Back comes Thompson, trying to tie him up. Nice uppercut on the inside. Does no damage to Alvarez, though, and that's what this is all about. Damage. Low kick to the left knee again. Bouncing left and right is Alvarez. He's got great moves.
Good stiff jab finds the chin of Nick Thompson.
That was a seemingly effortless jab there. Thompson unable to get it out of the way quick enough. Closing seconds of this round, and I've got it pretty close to even. A nice little filling out process for the first round.
High kick, right hand back by Thompson. They get tied up, and here comes the bell to end round 1. Good action, guys.
Man, I'm very impressed with the counter-striking and evasion abilities of Nick Thompson. Eddie Alvarez is constantly pushing forward. That takes a lot of opponents out of their game. But Thompson's obviously done his homework.
Yeah, thus far it's pretty even. If I had to pick a winner in the first round, I hate doing this. I got to give it to Nick Thompson. 10-9 so far for the GOAT.
Well, if you want to hear more of the music from our artists featured throughout the event, log on to BodogMusic.com for all the details. Hope you like the music. Hope you like the girls. Hope you like the singers. Log on to BodogMusic.com. You'll get all the details.
Seconds out! Seconds out!
Take a look back. Some of the exchanges between both men. Alvarez is going to need to get in close. Look at that left hand. See what I mean by keeping it in close? That's the only way you're going to knock out Nick Thompson.
Round 2 from St. Petersburg. That's St. Petersburg, Russia, for you people watching around the world. Eddie Alvarez in the black, the longer trunks to the left of your screen with his back to you now. That's Nick the Goat Thompson from Robbinsdale in Minnesota in the USA, taking the low kick. Gets the jab out, doesn't catch a piece of Alvarez. Alvarez with a spin move, but no kick. Now he shoots. Got the one leg.
Looks like the feeling out process Jeff alluded to is over, and now Alvarez hunting for a takedown. You see Thompson trying to slap on that Kimura to try to evade being taken down to the mat. He does not want Alvarez taking his back from this position.
Oh, nice spinning job to get out of it. I thought he had him to the back. Drilling right hand to the ribs by Alvarez.
Now we get to see what the ground game of Alvarez is like, and with seemingly no effort, Thompson goes from having half guard to walking right out of it and getting back to standing.
Alvarez looks like he's in second gear now. Both guys build up a big sweat.
I don't know what
what did he say?
I was talking to us, and the last thing you want to be doing is talking to somebody else, and Eddie Alvarez is coming at you. But yeah, I said he was as serious as they come in the ring, maybe not all the time.
Yeah, don't worry about us down here. The fight's up in the ring.
He's a fun guy, and he's a prankster, but he should be all serious in there. He's all he can handle with Eddie. Nice sweeping kick.
Nice hard Muay Thai kick to the leg and a stiff jab to the jaw of Alvarez.
Boy, Nick is doing a nice job so far with this very skilled youngster at 23 years of age. Undefeated Alvarez, 9-0.
Feint and leading into a liver kick by Thompson, and Thompson just really impressing me with the striking game. Alvarez doing what works well for him and getting into the pocket and throwing those murderous bombs, but Thompson has been very prepared to deal with it so far.
With all that, Alvarez ripped the right hand across the bridge of the nose and has the blood streaming down the face again of Nick Thompson, but that doesn't mean too much. Thompson's super tough, moving the hands around, the low kick again.
And you can hear those kicks land from ringside. I guarantee you Alvarez is a tough kid, but he doesn't want to let Thompson land too many more of those.
A lot of strategy involved here. The crowd kind of hooting and hollering. You wonder just how much they know about what's going on, because this is really good stuff.
Thompson really using the ropes well, too, bouncing back off the ropes and coming in with counter-striking combinations.
I'm really impressed with Nick's boxing skill. Chopping right hand across the bridge of the nose of Alvarez. Alvarez backs off, slide to his left, goes with a kick. Not too much there. Nick's got the hands held high, looking to pop him with a jab, and he does. Alvarez coming in, he rips him with a jab.
I'll tell you what, that Superman punch is usually a dummy, but Thompson saw it coming. Set off that flurry, but I guarantee you he hurt Alvarez with that punch.
Alvarez comes with that Muay Thai knee to the midsection. Blood comes streaming down the nose of Nick Thompson, but that doesn't bother a tough guy like him.
Yeah, look at Eddie Alvarez's nose. That blood is trickling all the way down to his chin, dripping all over the mat. He has been rocked hard.
Yes. Yes, indeed, Jeff.
And when a fighter's bleeding that profusely from the nose, it can interfere with breathing. So this could become a factor if the fight wears on into the later rounds.
We're in round number 2. Remember, this is for the welterweight championship of Bodog. This is scheduled for 5 rounds. And this is tough stuff by both guys. Good boxing so far. The low kick again, taken to the side of the leg of Thompson.
Yeah, that was checked, and that may keep Alvarez from throwing that kick. He checked him hard, collided with shin to knee, and believe me, it does not feel good.
You can't bone to bone like that. Oh, look at that kick. Whoa.
Thompson setting up that right leg kick beautifully onto the lead left leg of Eddie Alvarez. Alvarez looks like he's fatiguing. Now, fatigued Eddie Alvarez is faster than most fighters, so he's by no means out of this fight. But I'm seeing Thompson pulling ahead in this round. Just as I say that, a huge straight right from Eddie Alvarez.
Alvarez coming forward, but Jeff, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's so much blood coming down, it's coming down the back of his throat. He's having difficulty breathing. Yeah, that's his problem.
Not only that, Colonel, his eye. Oh, he's dropped.
Alvarez is stunned. Thompson jumping on him immediately.
Look at him pounding. This could be it. How many shots will he let him take? It's all over.
We have a new world champion. Nick the Goat stop the previously undefeated Eddie Alvarez.
Two of the world's great welterweights in back-to-back weeks go down. Alvarez, his first loss, Nick the Goat Thompson caught him with a ripping shot. It put Alvarez on Queer Street, and then it was just sensational, thunderous right-hand, left-hand power shots, and that's all she wrote in the second round here at Bodog Fight. A new champion in the welterweight division.
I was about to say that Eddie Alvarez has never passed this point before in his fighting career. He's finished almost everyone in the first round. Look at a very, very emotional Nick Thompson, who broke down as he just realized he is the new Bodog Fight welterweight champion.
And this guy has worked harder than almost every other fighter on the card tonight. There you see Eddie's girlfriend, understandably despondent, but Eddie will be back. And Nick, a full-time law student, full-time mixed martial artist, had his schedule written down to the last minute, and it paid off here tonight.
Well, that's something to be said for the Minnesota Martial Arts Academy.
There
Nick Thompson comes out of.
Big left hand stuns Eddie Alvarez. It's enough for Nick Thompson to get right on top. And blow by blow, right hands as Troy Waugh lets it go. You don't want to stop a fight like this early for a title, but finally says Alvarez has enough. And the GOAT captures goal. One more angle, bam, right on the chin.
Got him leaping right in, and when you run into a strike, it more than doubles the power of the punch. I said it before, Eddie Alvarez is super, super tough, but you can only take so many strikes like that before your knees are going to buckle. Excellent, excellent tactics by Nick the Goat Thompson. This fight was won as much with his game plan as with his ability.
Tremendous victory for Nick Thompson. Look at this stuff. Troy Waugh right on top of it. Look at the unanswered punches, unable to protect himself. And he says, no, this youngster's not going to take any more. No more serious damage. That's it. It's over.
Anybody got a mic? Anybody?
And look at the reaction of Nick Thompson, just overcome with emotion with his victory. All right, let's go to Damian Pinto to get all the official particulars. Damian?
Ladies and gentlemen, this one comes to a screeching halt at the 4-minute, 32-second mark of round number 2. The referee has put a stop to the action due to strikes, making your winner by way of technical knockout and new welterweight champion, Nick the Goat Thompson.
So he gets our belt. We're making our man Jeff Osborne get in there, and we're going to try and get an interview with a brand new champion. The belt goes around the waist, and is he ever thrilled? Jeff Osborne will get him. Go ahead.
Nobody thought you could do it. Nobody thought you could knock out the knockout artist. How do you feel dropping Eddie Alvarez?
Well, I think a lot of people in Minnesota thought I could do it. I trained with some of the best Muay Thai fighters in the world. Matt McIntyre's in my corner, and we worked hard on my stand-up, so I don't think, I don't care what other people thought. We knew that I could stand with him, and that was our plan. I think everyone thought I was going to come in and try and out-wrestle him, and he's probably a better wrestler than I am, but I was long and bigger than him, so we decided to stand up with him instead.
Yeah, was he tougher than you expected? I mean, he caught with you a couple really, really good shots, but did you ever feel in danger?
I feel in danger every time I get in the ring. He's trying to hit me, and he's someone that can do it exceptionally well. So, yeah, I felt like I was in danger.
All right, congratulations to you, new welterweight champion, taking the gold home.
Thank you. I'm coming home to Minnesota. I love you, Molly.
All right. A long trip from here to Minnesota, but it'll be shortened by the gold around his waist, the BodogFIGHT belt.